private property. But it's a golden orange metal. The pure metal is pure gold and orange, and like lead, you can just carve it. It's a very peculiar metal indeed. Totally stable, cannot be isotoped. Element 123 with an atomic weight of about 320, and here it is. It's almost twice the weight of uranium.
Where did that come from, Phil?
That was formed down at Dulce, New Mexico, and also there were scrap heaps and scrap piles of it in and around Tonopah Test Range, which is right here. Tonopah Test Range is actually above Drum Lake.
Is that metal from our soil? Is it metal from our soil?
No. This is an alien. This is two alien elements. And here, if I might show you,
Minus the brick labs, minus the brick labs,
I thought I had some. Yeah, here we go. This periodic chart was developed by a number of scientists anonymously. Don't want their name revealed. Of course, all we're familiar with is element 103, and that's been around for a long time. And a couple of these were made in Russia. These that don't have any name, they're very short-lived indeed. Element 109 to 110 also. But after, from 111 to 140, these are all elements that were garnered off of alien attack vehicles or alien spaceships or flying saucers when they were taken apart. Now, topaline is here, element 117, and element 123 is murnite. It's a combination of both those. An extremely hard substance capable of withstanding temperatures in excess of 9,500 degrees Fahrenheit to as much as 14,000 degrees Fahrenheit. This piece of material is it's a kind of in a fleur-de-lis pattern. This kind of material is lighter than lithium. Of course, lithium is number 3. Might want to point out it's number 3 on the scale. It's a terrestrial element, but this is somewhere between 2 and 3. Between helium and lithium, it also is an alien element. It's what they call a mixture, an admixture element. It's extremely light, and it's used in the airframes of all black jets and F-117A, B-2, and B-1, B-2, and B-30, or the Aurora series. And it comes in a scalenohedrocrystalline form, which is alien. It's kind of a dead giveaway. Here's a tabular scalenohedrocrystalline form, 4 times the hardness of a diamond, 4 times the tensile strength, capable of withstanding temperatures in excess of 45,000 degrees Fahrenheit before chemical breakdown. It is used in the window the small slit windows there in the underbellies and the blackened out windows of the actual cockpit, although most of these pilots fly blind. They don't ever see anything from the ground. So this kind of that's also an alien material, and it is element, if I remember right, it's element 113. Here is another alien element formed in the confines of outer space. You might ask, what are we space shuttling? With all our shuttle missions, of course, we're being lied to every time they talk or open their lips, open their mouth. The same crystalline structure is here as well as it is here. This material is the hardness of a diamond. It's also used in the rotor and propeller shafts of propellered aircraft or rotored aircraft. It's also used in high-speed drills and other kinds of things like that, which are used to make holes in metals that cannot be touched with a welding torch. And this, of course, is that hunk of metal. And I have a real treat here. When I was 14 years old, I was with my father, who was talking to a Sir Johnny Rawlins. It's Johnny H. Rawlins, who was a British naval sea lord, and he had collected some of the crash retrieval objects of the infamous Roswell crash, and these are actually little bits of the skin that have. And of course, you remember the skin, you couldn't bend it or cut it or anything. The way they did this, of course, they dropped liquid nitrogen on it, and they used a hammer technique of shattering it, and it became brittle. But once again, it's composed of nothing but alien elements, which are, by the way, we're not able to understand where this particular elements come from in the skin. It's the thickness of the sheets of paper you're writing on, and that's all that's needed to be meteor-proof and missile-proof and everything else. And these things have crashed, of course, and they've also been shot down by luck, predominantly not by skill. And I'll let you look at that. You can handle these other things, but don't handle this.
You say they've been shot down, Phil. How would they have done that with a
Charge
projectile?
particle and beam weapon, as well as a railgun. Reusable railgun. And,
That works so like the shot's done, you spray it out.
no, not really. A railgun is an electronic gun that shoots a projectile about 25,000 miles an hour, much faster than any rifle. I'll have a question and answer period. You can come up, take a look at these artifacts. Here's a couple of magazines. Spotlight. Anyway, here's the Alien Digest that got my friend killed. Here's some of my father's notes. Those are blanks there, but here's the famous popular science about secret airbase. By the way, if it doesn't exist, how come they printed it? Here's the Nazi saucer. That was done by Vladimir Chezersky, who was a Russian space engineer of some fame. Here's the new periodic chart of the elements. And you can go ahead and look through it. Incidentally, here is a unique piece of hardware too. It's an ordinary gold watch. The only thing unique about this particular gold watch is that it's a Waltham, but on the back, on the reverse, it's made in Montauk, New York. It just happened to be used by my dad in the Philadelphia experiment. And it happens to be keeping a rather accurate time. Anyway, I need a seat, and I'll let you look.
Can we get one of those periodic chairs?
Actually, heaviest is the Mernite, that kind of gold-looking material. Be very gentle with these. These aren't normal specimens. And one person handling one piece at a time.
Can we get a periodic chair like that? These are those?
Yes. These are $4 a piece.
Okay, I'll take one.
And a year ago, these were secret. Above top secret. By the way, here's your. Okay. Thank you very much. Let's see what this is there for you. After we take a look, and as you take your seat, we'll have a question and answer period, and then I'll wrap it up. Okay. Aerial maps are $2 for one of those. Those are actual aerial maps used at Groom Lake, and those were made in 1966. Also have portfolios of selected pictures of the atomic bomb blasts in Bikini, as well as Del Thor. And if there's some of them that need labeling, I'll label them for you after the talk.
Do you have one like that?
Yes, I do. Matter of fact, this I can't sell. Take a look inside of that canyon, so to speak. You get an interesting formation. See how the wood fibers have just literally been separated. Yeah, that's right. Of course, you've heard about straws and going through telephone poles after a tornado. Well, maybe this was that kind of a thing, although this seems kind of remote.
Oh, those are $20.
Yeah, these are $20, and they're a select group.
Is this in there too?
Well, I'll tell you what, I'll just throw this in. How about that? Inside these, there's a select group of pictures, like here at the street saucers leaving ground zero. I have other ones that are marked with USS Eldridge. This is, by the way, is the USS Eldridge ready room. It's a ready room aboard the USS Eldridge. I think Al Bielek will verify that. And that's one of their, I think, how many ready rooms? Is Al here?
Yeah,
How many
I'm here.
ready rooms were aboard the USS Eldridge?
Theoretically, two. I only knew of one because that's the only one I ever went in.
Okay.
The lecturing varied between various lectures.
It lists the people, there's different people, not all the people, although you can do your homework and probably find that out.